In over 200 hours, I remade the full Elden Ring's Rellana boss fight in Unreal Engine 5, which also is fully playable for you guys. You're probably thinking, why would I spend 200 hours on this? Well, it's kinda an easy answer. It's fun. But mainly, because I wanted to get better at making video games. And I say to myself, what is the best and most fun way to do so? Let's just remake games. This way, I already know how the project should look like. And half of the time of planning out everything from the start is gone. At that time, Elden Ring DLC came out, and I really wanted to remake a boss from there. I searched for what boss should I make. Some looked way too difficult to remake, or too boring. But there was one boss that when I saw was just perfect. Rellana had such a cool vibe to her, and it didn't look that difficult to remake as the others. So I said sure, let's try. I started with duplicating a motion matching project I had, so I have a character moving with good animations. In one sentence, motion matching is a new UE5 system that helps your animation look smoother. If you want to learn more about it and how to use it, I have a tutorial channel that covers it from A to Z, and you are super welcome to check it out. After that, I added a sword and tried to find a way to make that system work with combat animations. After finding a way to do so, using a new system called choosers, we've got this. Not that bad for a start. Then I added a roll system and a function that makes me strafe after I attack with my sword for a few seconds, and then disable it to the regular movement. After adjusting a few things, I was already 3 days into making this project, which was around 20 hours of work time. I was sure it's going to take 2-3 weeks top to make this video, but well, that was 2 freaking months ago. After that, I wanted to create Rellana. I started with creating this thing in PureF, so I'll have all the information I need. Then I started by searching for an helmet. I found this amazing one in SketchUp by Autopotato and downloaded it. For the body, I took Seraph from the free Paragon assets and used her frost skin. Then I adjusted some more things at Blender and Unreal, and we've got this. After a few crashes and some work, we've got an HP bar and a fully working combat system, using something pretty cool I made with choosers. I also added a text that tells you how much damage you did to the boss, like Elden Ring's. With that, we finished all the basics. We have directional rolls, combat animation, strafing, and damage system. Tutorial for everything you've seen until this point of the video will be uploaded in the next few days to my tutorial channel, and to my knowledge, it's the first and only one on the internet right now, and it's good for all levels. Go there and subscribe right now to make sure you won't miss it out. Now we can start with the boss attacks. We have 10 abilities that took me 200 hours to make, so obviously I won't be able to show you me making them step by step. But in the next week, I am going to upload to the other channel 3 or 4 videos that will cover those abilities much more deeply for those who are interested to see and learn how I made them. Our first ability will be the big sword. Why? Because I thought it will be the easiest. Yeah, that was just not true. First I made the starting animation. Then I created the sword with new texture, wrote a function that makes the sword bigger on animation notify, and this is what we have. The major problem I had with this ability was making the attack straight as I can. And this is super important, because if it's even slightly off, the attack just won't hit the player. After a while, I had to get a mental reset, so I moved to making the VFX. One super important thing you need to know about me: I'm partly colorblind. It's pretty much only blue, purple and yellow green, so if sometimes my color seems somewhat off, then yeah, that's why. Then I made the flare VFX to when the sword gets bigger, learned how to make sword trails, added a splash VFX for the smash, and we've got this. This is our prototype. Now we need to improve the VFX. So let's activate magic, because everybody knows that this is how UE5 works. And we've got this. I actually really like it. We will call it version 2 for now, and come back to improve it later. Our second attack will be the daggers. I started with creating the daggers, turning them into homing projectiles and making a trail of a small ribbon and glowing little particles. Then I added an animation, and the small VFX we used with the big sword. Now we need to test its damage. So I made really quick a character HUD, a damage function, and I added a really nice VFX that's just taking this texture and making it bigger. I called magic again, and we've got the full part of the first ability, and damage system as well. For the second part of the ability, I made something super cool using the high school math that I thought would be a dead weight in my brain till now. Something like distance divided by time equals speed, and I'm so proud of it. And we completely finished our second ability, except sound effects and final touches that we will do later. Our third attack will be the air slash. I started with making the slash itself in Blender, so I have this shape for the projectile. Then I moved to the VFX part. It started off okay, but when I tried to improve it, well, this happened. Yikes. I just couldn't figure out how to make it look good, but after way too many hours, we got something pretty good. Then I added little stars and some other things, and we finished the VFX part. As for the programming part, I made a pretty cool macro for later, that now all I have to do is put the animation I want, the angle of the slash, and that's it. And we finished the air slash attack. Actually, it turned out beautiful. Yeah, that's really nice. Like, I'm honestly surprised it looked this well. But yeah, nice. Let's move on. So now let's move to the environment. I've made 3 versions of the map. The first, I hated. Second one was better. I liked the assets, but my lighting was beyond bad. We will make the third in a minute. Before that, I wanted to add some sound effects to the game, so it will feel more, alive. Let's begin with the movement sound effects. We won't add footstep sounds, but we do have jump and land sounds, that I took from the Lyra project. As for the attack sound effects, in my project, I use only free or self-made assets, so the search for a good sound effect was so bad. After a while, we got a sword slash sound with a new sword rail, and a hit sound with a new hit VFX. As for the attacks, with an improved VFX, this is the big slash, daggers, and air slash, with hit effects, as you can see. Our fourth ability will be the close range attacks. Rellana has few close range attacks rotations. Let's make the first one. First 2 animations are pretty easy. The problem is the dash. I began with making the animation and then moved to the programming. I took the dash idea from before and adjusted it. Now again, the problem with close range animations is that they need to be 100% accurate. Otherwise, they just won't hit the player. So after a lot of adjustments to the animations and the timings, we've got this. Like everything else, of course we will polish it later, but for now, this is the W. After that, I had to get a mantle reset again, so I moved to more simple and fun things. I've started with the face transition. For that I needed to start with making an aura VFX for the swords, and it turned out beautiful. I made sword rays as well, an animation, and we got a transition. We will fix the clunkiness later. Then I made a new task, and just multiplied the daggers from the previous attack, so we'll have the 14 daggers attack. And then I made the most important thing in Souls game. You dead.
It's such garbage, like I'm so mad,
I had some problems with the ragdoll, and my ADHD turned it into a game, which put my brain into AFK mode for a few minutes. But then I fixed it, made a UI sequence, and the VFX. And now, finally, we reached to my personal favorite part in the video, and in Rellana in general. The moon attack. This ability is the reason why I chose to make Rellana. It just looks so cool, so it was so important for me to do it right. I've started with creating the moon, a little shockwave effect, that thing, programmed the moon to go up and down, and timed it with the VFXs. Then I tried to improve the shockwave more, and more, and more. Now I need to make the third explosion, with the swords. I started with making the pillar itself. Then I wanted to make those explosion rings, which TBH took me way too much time to figure. How the fuck do I make this thing? Few hours have passed, and we got this. I said it before, I will say it again. I am so surprised by how well it looks. Good job, me.
So 5.
Now with animations, improvements, sound effects, and we're done. So I connected everything together and made a really experimental animation. But now is the harder part, the hitbox. After some thinking, I got an idea that I will just take a collision box, and when the moon hits the ground, it will get bigger over time. But then I had a problem. Even if I jumped over the beginning of the box was still there to damage me when I land. So I made a higher box, which cancelled the damage function of the smaller box when getting hit by the player. And that's kinda it. Before finishing the attack, I want to remake the environment, because I want to see if the size of the ability fits or needs to be changed. So I made a new version, and this one was so much better. I also made a gate, which started not so great with the colors, but after a fix we got this. Also I really like the water reflection. Pay attention to it during our final version of the moon attack. Yeah, that's good. Before our last attack, I made a windscreen, flasks, and stamina system. And now, the fire attack. To be honest, when I made this thing a few months ago and thought about how to do the attacks, I say to myself that I will probably skip this one. It looked way too hard to make, and I had no idea where I even need to start from, with hitboxes as the biggest problem, but I just had to try. No way, I'm not delivering a full fight and saying, about that attack, yeah, it was too hard, forget about it. I am doing it. So I started, and it was so goddamn shit. I tried to model a thing in Blender, so I'll be able to make the fire on him, but I am so bad at Blender, and it was just not a play. Then when I tried to make the fire slash, I discovered I can just make a spine and make a VFX that follows it. Suddenly, a glance of hope hit me. So I learned how to use flipbooks animations, and we got this. Okay, it's winnable. Let's go. After I've seen that this part of the ability is possible, I wanted to see if the second part is as well. So I've started making the fire explosion. I did a base VFX and really liked how the little sparks look after the explosion. Then I added some sauce to it. Now is the hard part. The programming and the hitboxes. Without getting too much into it, I made a box with some points in it. In each box I spawned a flame, and with it a sphere collision that gets bigger over time. This ability took me freaking 5 days to make. I had so many bugs with it, and like I thought, it was by far the most complicated thing in this project. But we finished it. And this is how it looks.
I request the highest of 5s.
And that was our last attack. I made a lot of other things after that, like more close range attacks, adjusted the attack animations a bit, and added a little movement with each attack. Also, I made this super cool chauffeur, that adds fire to your sword and multiplier damage for a few seconds. It turned out so pretty. I love it. I will save the other things to the videos in the other channel, and for you to discover by yourself. So I guess we're done. I really want to up a bit, so I put the final boss attacks in the background. So, now all I have to say is thank you so much for watching this video and giving a meaning behind all my hard work. As for link to the project, I need to understand how to package things in Unreal, improve the AI and do some other things. So I will upload in the next few days a video of the full boss fight to this channel with a link to the game. Subscribe to not miss it out. If you are interested in learning how to do the core of this project with motion matching and how to make games in general, there is a link down below to my other channel with tutorials to all levels. Please like the video if you liked, it helps the algorithm much more than you think. Tell me if you want in the next video to have more or less programming and more or less One Piece, and subscribe to not miss it, here's a little teaser. And if you want to support me so I'll be able to keep making those videos, please share this video to whoever you can, so we'll cross the 4,000 hours watch time mark and have monetization to the channel. Or if you can afford it, open the Patreon and coffee today. But you know, sharing is free. Thank you so much, and have a beautiful day. Peace.